Sun, Aries, Moon, Aries, Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today, I'm going to do the sun sign season of Scorpio readings this week. And so fire signs are up first. They come out on Tuesday, and Wednesday will be the air signs. Thursday will be the water signs, and Friday are the earth signs. So you guys are up first. I spent some time meditating on your energy a little bit to try to get a message specifically for you. I did pull a couple of cards to help me to gather that information from the Lucy Cavendish's Oracle of the Dragon Fae. And here were the cards that you got. And this one in particular does not surprise me. This Rebirth, Dragon Fae of Rebirth, and this one is, I don't know how to say it, Heideke's Door. Heideke's Door. I'm sure I butchered that. I'm very, very sorry. So when I was, so the reason I'm not surprised is Scorpio season for you is your 8th house of transformation. And so things are going to be transforming. It's also the house of the rebirth, right? It is that kind of transformation of letting something go in order to bring something new in. So when I was meditating, these are the messages that came through. I was just doing a little automatic writing, and then I actually got a little vision out of it. And so what I have for you, oh geez, before I forget, I always forget, please hit the thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up. You know, I had to take a little break to do some healing, and my channel could use the extra boost. So if you wouldn't mind helping me out, that would be awesome. All right, so releasing past life and ancestral karma. So we came here in this lifetime to do that, because we are releasing all those karmic heavy weighted energy that has collected over multiple lifetimes, so that we can help the planet to move out of 3D into 5D. We're shedding, so not only are we dealing with releasing our karma, but we're also releasing ancestral karma. And so it is a brave soul that chose to incarnate at this time to take on this really difficult task. And so this has been a tough process for everybody. When people say this is just tougher than it was, you know, for, you know, my generation, like when they'll, yeah, it is. Okay. So this is all just really tough stuff, and it's the release. But since 2012, we've been really shedding and shedding and shedding the karmic weight. And now as we move into 2021, we are going to be moving into newer energies. Like this whole year has been about transmuting the old to allow the new to come in. And it's kind of like a machine that's in motion. And in order to shift gears to reprogram, you have to shut it down for a while. And that's kind of what happened to the whole world in a lot of ways. So Libra season was an opportunity that was just closing up. As you're watching, it's the final days of Libra season. Scorpio season starts on, I want to say the 22nd. Yes, on Thursday the 22nd. So so you just have a couple more days here as we're wrapping this up. But it was about finding the balance. It was about finding the balance in your life, balancing the scales, the karmic scales of justice. So really about letting go of negative energy, of letting go of stressful things, letting go of resentment. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. Letting go of resentments and forgiving yourself, forgiving others, because why? We are not perfect. Right? So it's this act of forgiveness. The act of forgiveness is the ultimate act of self-love. Because when you forgive someone else for something they've done, you set yourself free. And when you find a way to forgive yourself, you are really free. And I found that when I was trying to work through this process of healing a few years ago, that it was through learning how to forgive myself first that really enabled me and gave me the ability to really and truly forgive others. And because when I forgave myself, that was the hard stuff. Forgiving others after that was like, oh, walk in the park. Yeah, no, you're forgiven, you're forgiven, you're forgiven. I felt like Oprah, just passing out forgiveness to everybody. It was the learning how to be okay with myself not being perfect was a really big thing. So as we move into Scorpio season asks you to dive really deep. Dive deep into your emotional waters. And then that's when the vision came in, okay? And so then as I was writing that, all of a sudden what I saw was diving deep, deep, and the water was dark and it was cold. And there was nearing the bottom of the water, and there were, you know, some plants, but it was dark and it was dreary. And I was coming up onto this big old shipwreck, and there was a like one of those old door knocker handles, very similar to this, actually, very similar to this that I saw. And it did had a dragon's crest, but it doesn't look like that dragon's crest on it. And reaching out and pulling it open, and it was hard. It was hard labor to pull open this big, heavy, steel, rusted door. But when I did, I swam into a new ocean. It was like swimming out of dark, cold North Atlantic waters into like where the Titanic sank, right? Into like warm Caribbean waters. It was a different color, it was turquoisey blue. The light was shafting through. It was much shallower. I almost felt like I could stand up if I wanted to and be above the water. There was a coral reef, and it was beautiful, and it was alive, and had all these brilliant colors and all the beautiful fish. And so then I heard the future waits if you have the courage. The future waits if you have the courage. So let's get into the cards and see what the cards have to say. Today we're going to use the 9-card spread. Wow, that little freezy thing was fun. I thought for a minute something was really wrong. Okay, so let's see. We're going to use the 9-card spread. I am using the Fairy Tale Lenormand deck. When I was contemplating and meditating earlier today about which deck to use, this is the one that was strongly suggested, so let's find out. They come with little stories. They're a little bit different. If you have never seen the 9-card spread before, the way I set it up with is, I don't know why my bracelets were bothering me today. So it's thoughts, thoughts, feelings, actions, past, present, and future. The center card is the key to the situation. And so, oh, that was a nice shuffle. Right. Right. Okay. Let's go. We're ready. So, whether they're upside or down does not matter. Okay, 2 in that spot. Interesting. So that's the past. That would be the past and the emotional energy and what it is that you're moving away from. And you got 2 of them there. So I feel like this is going to be, you know, a real recalculation in the heart space. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, oh my gosh, is that funny? With the anchor. What's been weighing you down? What's been holding you? Now, the anchor is about finding stability, but it's just really funny because, look, this is like when you swam through and there is the treasure trove of where you set your anchor down next into the new sea. Your future awaits if you have the courage to move toward it, if you have the courage. So, wow, that's really cool. All right, so the key to the situation you have here, oh, nice, you have the sun. You have the sun. Now, this is the story of Sleeping Beauty, and this is the prince taking the chance, taking the risk, being so moved by compassion in the heart space that he wants to reach out, and he's just filled with this desire. And so he reaches out for what he wants. And he kisses her. And Sleeping Beauty wakes up. And we know that one is they lived happily ever after, right? There's no really happily ever after in this 3D world, 5D world maybe, but not in the 3D world. And so, you know, if you want to start reaching for things and raising your vibrational energy, what stirs your heart? What makes you really want to move into the future, that really wants you to get there? So she is surrounded by a bed of morning glories. And so this is, and the sun looks like it's rising. And so I think in your heart that there is a real opportunity. The sun is rising on a new opportunity in your life. And in the past, you were kind of feeling like Cinderella, asking for help, asking for guidance, looking for information about what am I supposed to do. She has this bird coming in, right? And I feel like it's actually bringing in information and knowledge to you that you were seeking, because you're like, my life is so full of drudgery. How do I get to this? How do I get to all the riches that I desire? And the riches don't necessarily, and I really think this is important, don't necessarily have anything to do with financial abundance, although it could have something to do with it. It is not necessarily the case, right? Sometimes it's about, I hope it's more about the whole abundance in life that has to do with everything, abundance in the heart, abundance of joy. Okay, the sun, the solar plexus, abundance of joy. And joy is a real thing that comes from within. All right. So, in the area of transformation, there's a little confusion. But what I see here in these clouds is the sun shining through, and kind of, it's the sun shining through. Follow the path. Like we have the sun here, and I think so if you follow the path, that's how you transform your life. So what lights up your soul? What sings to you? What does your soul really, really want? And you are being protected. Here we have a story of a bear, and what they did was they actually kind of used it for multiple things, but the bear in this is the protector. This is the mother energy. This is the entity. Could be a financial institution or something, but in this case, because it's where your thoughts are, it's about how do I feel, what's going to bring about, allow me to feel protected and secure. It's security. It's security. Okay, what are you moving away from? Oh, you are cutting out the stupid stuff. We have the fox. The fox is, out for himself. The fox is sly and cunning and underhanded and trickster energy, and that we have the scythe there. That means you cut out something that was not working. This is in the past, so I just really want to applaud and say good job. It's like you already figured it out that you needed to cut that out and let that go. And now in the heart space, currently you have the sun shining, and so whatever this negative, trickster, underhanded, sneaky energy was that you left behind, you made the action and you said, nope, that's not okay. I'm cutting that out of my space. So beautiful. Okay, so in the future, in the heart space, you've got Rikki Tikki Tavi and the Cobra. Now, when I think of Rikki Tikki Tavi and the Cobra, I think of a couple of things. One, Rikki Tikki Tavi was protecting the family, and the Cobra was and defeated the male Cobra, and the female Cobra was so ticked off. She went after Rikki Tikki Tavi with a vengeance. And so look out for whoever's coming after you with a vengeance in the heart space. That is a clear warning, because it is the queen of clubs here. But Rikki Tikki Tavi survived it, right? And had help. The community, the family came in and helped him kill the snake. And so Rikki Tikki Tavi was saved and rewarded for that. So stand your ground. Look out for the snakes. And trust and believe in the community that you are building around you. Remember, you are safe and you are protected. You are safe and you are protected. So remember, this is for the time frame of October 22nd to like the 21st of November. Okay. Yeah, in the recent past, you had a lot of questions about who was loyal. In the area of obstacles is the dog, the loyalty card. And so I think that you really came into a situation where you were like, I don't even know who I can trust. That's because we have the fox here and we have the dog here. Because there wasn't any loyalty because it was actually a fox, but you've already handled that situation. And so in the action to be taken right now, you have the stork, and the stork is about creating long-awaited change, right? Think of like the 9 months of the of the baby coming in. And okay, this stork looks like he's lifting off the water, but he's carrying the baby. So I think you have the vision and you can see what's coming. And again, look at how that, excuse me, look at that sunlight. Can we get it? See over here by where the numbers are where it says 17? See how it looks like a big ball of sun that is reminiscent of this sun from this transformation that's happening? And so the transformation is happening. The stork represents long-awaited change. So I believe the key to the situation is you keeping the vision of what it is that you're trying to accomplish, keeping the feeling of how that brings joy into your life, sealed into your heart space, because that is what will protect you from the snakes in the grass, and that is how you bring around this change and brings you to this anchor of stability and the tree, which is growth and family and stability and heritage. And so, wow, this is a hard birthing process here going on for you, Aries, but it looks like the key is keeping the feeling of desire. I heard the word desire, and what brings you joy in your heart. Be that feeling, seal it into your heart, and just, you know, focus on that and keep an eye out, but protect yourself that way. So here we have the Spool Energy for your thoughts. Like there are options and there are opportunities, but again, see that shaft of light coming in? And the Fool is trying to decide, is the risk worth it or not? Should I take the leap? And based on this, I think that the answer is pretty clear. Follow the sunlight. Follow the ray of light and allow the change, this new opportunity to come in, and it is going to grow this beautiful family tree. And so that family tree could mean an actual family. The family tree could mean that you're building a financial dynasty. The family tree can mean that you're building an emotional dynasty. But what the actions that you're taking now, because we're clearing family ancestral karma, it's like planting a new karmic tree, right? The family tree. It's like starting over. It is starting over, and the things that you do now create that energy for you. So I totally had these out of order. I was going to put this one here. So now I'm really curious to see why that was set up like that. Let's just see what else we get here. Because this was supposed to be in the area of feeling, and then feeling maybe indecisive about whether or not to follow is a good strategy to follow your heart. But I think that we already know that that would be. Okay, so in the area of thoughts, we have the Lady of the Mirror and reflection and non-judgment. This is forgiving yourself and forgiving others. Non-judgment, right? This is doing the work of looking at your life and where you haven't gotten everything right and saying, I love and accept all the pieces and the parts of me, and I forgive myself because I have been learning. Nothing has been wasted, no time, no energy. I am learning and I am growing, and I am going to follow the shaft of light that is shining through so I can create this new karmic family tree, this new ancestral energy. Because over here, you've already cut out those that didn't serve you. Such nice reading here, Aries. All right. Action. What is the action? What is the action from Spirit? What is the guided step toward action for Aries that Spirit wants to recommend that they're bringing forward? Here we go. Distinctive potential. Distinctive potential. That's diving deep, right? Okay, so rely on your faith and the knowledge that nothing is impossible. Use your determination to hang in there until you realize a goal. This is the beginning. This is the end. Let me just tell you, it takes a long time to plant a seed to get a tree that big. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's so worth it. It is so worth it. So let's get you. So this week, we had, okay, so last week there was the new moon in Libra, and there's still plenty of time to use that energy because this feels kind of relationship oriented. And that would have been happening in your 7th house of partnerships. That could have been business or personal. But it doesn't matter. You can use that energy to plant the seed now. So if you haven't done that, take the time to focus on what it is that you want to create, what makes you feel like you will have the treasure, the anchored into the treasure of what feels like abundance to you, emotional, physical, mental, spiritual, financial, and write it down. And be willing to release, let go of what does not work for you. There's a full moon in Taurus happening on the 31st of October, and that is a good time to release any negative attitudes because that is your 2nd house of what you value. So any negative attitudes or holdover ideas that are weighing you down and dragging you down, it's a good time to release and let them go. I was like, wait, how did I get that card? Okay, so your color for the month is indigo. Improve your vision. I think this is about being able to see that things right now are small and they need to be nurtured and cared for, but that the mighty tree can be grown from that, and it's the distinctive potential. So hold your vision and see where it is that you're heading and how you can get there, right? You can see into the future of what it is that you want to create. Like really breathe in that vision and focus on it, and then focus on how it will make you feel when you accomplish it. And just really feel that into your heart space, and whenever necessary, and that would be when you're feeling down, but then also every morning and every night. I really want you to touch back to that feeling and really remember what it is you're working toward. Remember what it is you're working toward. You can accomplish everything. So, I am holding my vision. That would be your empowerment statement for the month. I am holding my vision. I am holding my vision. All right. I will see you guys back here next week. Make sure if you haven't checked it out yet, yesterday I did release the weekly astrology and what's going on for the week. This video is for the next month ahead. So you can get a little bit of everything. All right. You guys take care. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. Love to get a comment from you and hear what's going on in your life. You take care. We'll talk soon. Oh, it's still going. And I don't know how to edit, so you'll get to see that. Take care.